Hello, Yankees Nation. Welcome back to your go-to destination, New York Yankees News Network. Today's episode is nothing short of electric because we've got jam-packed updates straight from the Bronx that surfaced just a few hours ago. These updates are not rumors, not yesterday's leftovers, but brand new, hot off the press stories that every loyal Yankees fan needs to know right now. From roster shakeups to superstar setbacks and strategic plays that could define our season. If you bleed pinstripes, this is a video you cannot afford to miss. But before we get into it, a quick favor. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a single swing, stat, or story from the Bronx Bombers. All right, let's dive into our first major update of the day. Update 1. Yankees make a stealth move. Bryan De La Cruz joins the Bronx via waiver surprise. In a move that absolutely flew under the radar, the New York Yankees have claimed outfielder Bryan De La Cruz off waivers from the Atlanta Braves. What's fascinating is that Atlanta never made any public announcement about designating him for assignment. Instead, they quietly tried to slide him off the 40-man roster, but the Bronx Bombers were watching closely and pounced. As a corresponding move, Giancarlo Stanton, who's been dealing with elbow issues, has officially been shifted to the 60-day injured list, opening up a roster slot for De La Cruz. Now let's talk about the man himself. Bryan De La Cruz had a rough start in Atlanta this year. He struck out in 36% of his plate appearances, posting a dismal slash line of .191 batting average, .240 on-base percentage, and .213 slugging percentage across 50 plate appearances. He was demoted when Alex Verdugo returned to the Braves lineup and further buried by signings like Eddie Rosario. But this isn't the full story. Just a couple of seasons ago, De La Cruz put up solid numbers with the Miami Marlins. Between 2021 and 2022, he slashed .269 batting average, .318 on-base percentage, and .430 slugging, with a weighted runs created plus of 103, not to mention his .285 batting average against left-handed pitchers makes him a potentially valuable platoon option for the Yanks, especially with Trent Grisham and Cody Bellinger both swinging from the left side. The Yankees' current outfield, Judge, Dominguez, Bellinger, and Grisham, looks solid. But with Stanton out and De La Cruz still having minor league options, this is a low-risk, high-reward stash move. He'll report to AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre, but don't be surprised if he makes a return to the majors, especially if an injury arises or he gets hot at the plate. And who knows, the next great Yankee comeback story might just start with this waiver claim. Update 2. Bronx on fire. Judge and Fried leading the charge in crucial Rays series. Yankees Nation, buckle up. As we turn the calendar to May, our Bronx Bombers are turning up the heat, and leading the charge are none other than Aaron Judge and Max Fried. Let's start with the captain himself. Aaron Judge is on an absolute tear right now, and we're not just talking about a good week. We're talking historic-level performance. Judge is entering the new month batting a jaw-dropping .427 average. That's right, over 400 average at the plate, and he's been keeping it above that mark for the past 8 games straight. You heard that right? 8 games. He's currently on a 27-game on-base streak, and just this past Wednesday, Judge went deep again, belting his 10th home run of the season and reaching base 4 times. The 6th time he's done that this year. With 32 runs batted in, he's tied for the league lead in homers and RBIs, and his 50 hits are more than any other player in Major League Baseball right now. Manager Aaron Boone might have said it best. We're running out of superlatives. And honestly, who wouldn't? This is the type of performance that defines MVP seasons, and Judge is doing it night after night, even in tight losses like the recent 5-4 against Baltimore. Now flip to the mound, and we've got Max Fried, who has been absolutely surgical. Fried holds a spotless 5 win, 0-loss record with an earned run average of 1.19, making him tied for the best ERA in the American League alongside Tyler Mahle of Texas. This lefty ace has held opponents to a batting average of just .207, and he's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in every single start this season. That's consistency at an elite level. Fried is not just dominating, he's owning the Rays. In fact, he's facing them for the second time in his last 3 starts, and his career numbers are mind-blowing. 3-win, 0-loss record with a 0.42 earned run average against Tampa Bay. Just a couple of weeks ago, he almost no-hit them through 7 2/3 innings. And who will be opposing Fried on the mound? Ryan Pepiot, who is decent with a 2-win, 3-loss record, and a 4.24 ERA, but clearly not on the same tier as Max Fried right now. Now for a little scoreboard action, the Yankees currently stand at 18 wins and 13 losses, holding a better record than the Rays, who have slipped to 14 wins and 18 losses. Tampa is coming off a brutal series against Kansas City, where they were swept and outscored 14-3. They were just 1 for 18 with runners in scoring position in that series. Talk about a cold streak. So what does this all mean for Yankees fans? We've got the hottest hitter in the game, one of the most dominant pitchers in the league, and a division rival limping into our stadium. If ever there was a time to build momentum and take command of the American League East, this is it. Update 3. Yankees make a $325 million decision. Giancarlo Stanton hits the 60-day injury list Yankees Nation. This one stings. One of the biggest power bats in the game, Giancarlo Stanton, is officially down for an extended stretch. The Bronx Bombers have placed the $325 million slugger on the 60-day injured list, citing continued elbow issues that have plagued him since spring. While many fans had hoped that Stanton would be game-ready by early May, the latest move confirms that he's still not close to returning to action. The decision wasn't made lightly, but it was strategic. In fact, this roster maneuver was the key to making room for the newly acquired Bryan De La Cruz, as we covered in Update 1. Now let's break this down. Why does this matter so much? First, Stanton's absence removes one of the most feared right-handed bats in baseball from the Yankees lineup. In 2024, he posted 27 home runs, a .233 batting average, 72 runs batted in, a .298 on-base percentage, and a .773 OPS, numbers that still gave pitchers nightmares. And when paired with Aaron Judge, it was fireworks. The Yankees went 35 wins and 4 losses in games where Judge and Stanton homered together. That's not just chemistry, that's game-breaking synergy. But now, with his future still unclear, the Yankees are entering a critical stretch of the season without their designated hitter. There's no official word yet on when Stanton might begin a rehab assignment. And without rehab, there's no return date on the horizon. Even when he's medically cleared, he'll need multiple weeks to ramp up via minor league appearances before stepping back into the big league box. So where does this leave us? The team is already adapting. Aaron Judge is scorching hot. Max Fried is locking down the mound. And now Bryan De La Cruz waits in AAA, ready to seize his chance. Manager Aaron Boone and the front office are clearly thinking ahead, building depth, testing flexibility, and ensuring that this team can stay competitive even when key players go down. Make no mistake, the Yankees are in the fight, sitting at 18 wins and 13 losses and battling in a competitive American League East. Every roster decision counts. Losing Stanton is a blow, but the door it opens could lead to a breakout moment for someone unexpected, and that's what makes this team special. And there you have it. Yankees family, 3 massive updates, all breaking just hours ago. From a surprise waiver scoop in Bryan De La Cruz to the unstoppable momentum of Aaron Judge and Max Fried, and finally, the difficult but necessary decision to shelve Giancarlo Stanton for 60 days, this is a pivotal moment in the Yankees' 2025 journey. If you're proud to be a part of the Pinstripe faithful, make sure you like this video, subscribe to New York Yankees News Network, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another swing, injury report, or game-changing moment from your favorite team. This is your home for unfiltered, up-to-the-minute Yankees news, and we're just getting started. Until next time, stay loud, stay loyal, and as always, let's go Yankees!